Hello guys, it's me Quest of Anime here, and today we are doing episode 10 of Remake Our Life. This is the last episode I gotta do in order to finish this series and move on to other things, which I'm very excited to do. Now, I'll tell you this right away that, how do I say it? That I'm gonna call her Kasigawa from now on. I'll tell you this, how I recorded these videos is I did 12, 11, and now I'm doing 10. So she gained my respect in episode 11. So started calling her Kasigawa, her name, which I started to learn how to pronounce her name in order to give her the respect she deserves. Now, how do I explain this? This episode is a pretty good episode. You see, Kasigawa goes through a lot of hardship in this episode. It's actually kind of insane. You see, she has a lot of things she gotta do under her belt, but they don't have enough time to do it. You see, the president is all about keeping the respect of the people, and how he feels like how you can get the respect of the people is by by sticking true with the deadline. That was a mistake and a half. You see, when it comes to Kasugawa's team, they have a lot of artists and some other problems that they have to deal with. Like the artists, they they're all some of them are not contacting them. Some of them didn't finish their drawings and whatnot. In order to keep within deadline, they have to scrap characters and change the scripts over and over again, and it's just a mess at this moment. Kasuga was really not having a great time with this, and I really feel sorry for her when it comes to that. You see, during this episode, when it came to Kasugawa, how she used to act like is she's like a very determined person. She would always do what she needs to do and try to do her best until the last second. But nowadays, she is no longer like that. She doesn't actually do that anymore. So they had a talk and yada yada. And then he goes to the president and he asks him, "Yo, if we really keep this up, we're gonna have a very buggy game." In which the boss says some stuff, but he ends up ultimately saying that this is not your business. You know what I mean? Like it's like what happens in A is not really your business. So he tries to get to him and tell him that we're gonna have some bugs, some defects, and our engine is not really trustworthy. It can lead to so many problems that none of us could have imagined. But like he says, this is a crucial time for them to gain trust. And the president's ideology of how to gain trust is to stay within schedule and show people that we're not what's called that we're doing our best and we're making sure that it comes out in the right time. You know what I mean? If there's any problems, then we're gonna do it in maintenance. You know. And ultimately, that's not a great idea. But like I said, he ends up calling him. He's saying that to him in the end that I trust you, but this is not your business. This is Kasigawa's job. Don't meddle in where you're not needed. And that really hits him in the end. You see, the game, like he feared, had bugs, had issues. People were talking. The whole fact about don't meddle in people's affairs really hit him because the fact is, when he came to this world 10 years in the past, he already knows that his friends were successful, but he meddled in with their business and they didn't end up doing anything. Like not Kasugawa. Yeah, I really don't know the rest of their names. The blue-haired girl, she was a great untalented artist, but in the past, and she was so successful, but now she's nothing. Nana, or the yellow-haired girl, who that's her pin name. She she was a very famous singer. Now look at her. She's singing, but she decides to give up. And even the brown-haired guy, he was a great writer, and right now he's not writing any books, all because he meddles in their problems. You see, in the end, this man legit fell back to his old ideology in the past. There is nothing you can do. He stopped really trying to fix the problems because ultimately he thinks he's not going to get anywhere with it. He kind of gave up until the yellow hair girl, or I'm going to call her Nana in this instance, decided she wants to go back into to singing again. She gave up, but she ultimately had a speech that was directed to the main character, and if it wasn't for that, he would not have fought back against the president so he can fully see eye to eye with what he's thinking. You see, what Nana said was he wanted to fight against the president, and like I said, to see eye to eye, but before he was gonna do it, he thought about how it affected what's called the brown hair guy, and how ultimately in the end he decided to not do any novels, basically give up on his dream to write because of how much because of him. So he decided, you know what, I'm not gonna even bother. I don't wanna. He was too scared to what's called fight back. You see, what Nana said that changed him was, it's the fact that she always wanted to do, she always wanted to sing, but like, she never had she was kind of scared to do it, but it wasn't until the main character showed up and he encouraged her to sing. So she decided to sing for him, basically. But when he was gone, she basically lost her reason to sing, basically. She blamed the main character for for getting her to sing, but yet she's thankful for it. If it wasn't for him, she would not have been able to sing. So she stopped blaming him for what she's doing and decided to work her hardest to continue her singing career. Which just hearing that he kind of helped her out, and she didn't fully give up on her dream to sing, made him really change, made him really be like, okay, I really do have to make some changes, you know what I mean? And he decided to, go and address the problems to the president. So yeah, this was not a bad episode, I wouldn't lie. I was having a hard time deciding how to explain this. It's a 7 out of 10. It's a really good episode, but what's it called? I don't know how to explain it. There's not too many problems with it. I just don't know how to explain why I gave it a 7/10, but that's how I feel. But yeah, thanks guys for watching. I'll see you guys then.